Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend,
And I'm James, your black friend,
and this is the Fat and Black Connection.
where we talk about anything and everything, as long as it's interesting to us.
What?
Of course. What?
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 It is April 23rd, 2025. It is 8:02 p.m. Pacific.
Yes.
We are live.
We are
We are
interactive.
interactive.
That
We've
means
already
we
got
want to, people
Dennis
checking in.
checking in.
Dinos.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Oh, hell yeah.
Let me crack open a Steve Weiser. Nice shirt, bro.
Yeah, nice shirt, your damn self.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. These are
Golden.
Dennis. You should certainly appreciate these because these are hockey jerseys.
Golden Knight inspired,
Yeah,
WrestleMania
inspired.
WrestleMania shirt jerseys, not shirts, jerseys.
Of course, Dennis is a Caps fan, so hopefully we'll get to mudhole stomp them down the road.
Well, it was a tough game last night. I'll tell you that much. It was 5-2, I think.
Yeah, we split the series now 1-1. It sounds like so.
Yeah, 1-1 back. So now they had. I forget who they're. They head back to Minnesota for the next two games.
Dennis says the Caps won tonight. Are they 2-0 or is it 1-1? I'm not sure. I haven't been following them as closely since Ovechkin broke the record. It was like, I don't need to watch anymore.
You still I mean, so that was just regular season goals, or was that all goals?
Yes, regular season goals. It was the record.
Regular season goals. So
how about the hat, Dennis? You like that?
2-0. Yeah, got one of those too. Bam.
Dennis says 2-0. Caps are up 2-0.
Yep, saw that.
Good on them. So it's.
Are you from DC?
He's living in Tennessee, but I believe Tennessee? Virginia boy.
Oh, well, there's no team in Virginia, so yeah, you just get the next closest.
Absolutely. I like a good hat too. I don't wear them often, but had to rock the fit.
Well, the thing was is that with these hats, I like the fact that they had another hat that was snapback. Snapbacks are cool, except for some reason, like they like I've had snapbacks and the little
Yeah, they
things
break
come
over
off
time.
and all that kind of good. Yeah, so like this had the Velcro, so I was like, oh, easy choice.
Yeah,
The gold, the other hat would have probably gone with the jersey, but yeah, with the but yeah, if they had a Velcro on the back, I'd have probably got that hat.
They
but
also
they
had
didn't, so.
Raider-inspired football jerseys, which I kind of wanted to get, not because I'm a Raiders fan, but because one was black and one was white, and I thought, for us, but it was the same price as this, and it did not look anywhere close to as good.
No, it was just a basic. It was super basic. Like I like this because it had the big embroidery plus like the little patches on it.
The sleeves, you got
the dice, and then on the WrestleMania or I should say WWWs on the dice, but whatever. And then the 41, the WrestleMania 41 on the back.
I don't understand what this is, though. I'm guessing this is a hockey thing, but
I don't know either. But I was like, maybe for like the pads. I don't know, because you can't put anything in there. But maybe that's just what it's supposed
Dennis says he was a season ticket holder for the Caps until he moved to Tennessee.
Oh, nice. Okay. Have you gone to any of the the Predators games? Or are you near Nashville?
He says the jersey would look nice framed. I agree.
Yeah. If I got it signed or something, I'd have to get it signed first. If I was able to get it signed, then definitely it would be like, frame that.
I don't know who I'd want to sign it,
though. I don't know. Like, if I could get a couple people to sign it, Cena, he might not be doing autographs. I don't know. Cena, Orton, Cody. I mean, yeah, but it's like some of those are just like those. Get those autographs is way expensive unless you like happen to just run into them on the street somewhere. They might be willing to give an autograph. I remember, like, me and my brother were talking about it when The Rock came to Southland Mall. The line was insane to see him. We got to see him from afar, but like to get an autograph, it was like $100 or something like that. It wasn't. Maybe it wasn't that much, but it was pricey to get an autograph from him. I'm like, bro, like, you're
Steven checking in, couldn't make time to see us, but he can message us here, so that's good at least.
In his defense, it was a quick turnaround. We did message, and it just the time just wasn't gonna be there.
You neglected to mention that. Next
time you're in Vegas, make sure you let me know, my guy.
And Dennis says they have a SPHL. I guess that's the Special Olympics Hockey League in Knoxville. The Ice Bears. I can't imagine kids with like crutches on the ice. I feel like that would not go very well.
Stop.
Wheelchairs?
Stop.
I mean, I used to play broom ball with my shoes.
They do have I think they have like specialty chairs for ice hockey and the Winter Special Olympics. Mm-hmm. Or not. No, the Paralympic Games. I believe they have special like chairs for those. But I think the Ice Bears might be in the same league as the Tahoe team. That's what are they?
Lake Monsters or some crap.
Yeah, something like that. But that's a team that I didn't even know existed until like a couple weeks ago. I was watching this dude that I watch on Facebook, and he goes to Giants games, and they just sleds. Yeah, it's like a specialty. And he started. They called him and said, "Hey, would you be willing to come to our games?" And so he's up in Tahoe area.
I really want to watch a bunch of handicapped kids going around and checking each other on sleds.
Bro, it's. I mean, like, have you've seen the roller basketball?
I have not seen roller basketball.
it's like that's the basketball they play at like the at the
Yeah, they certainly
Paralympics.
aren't Duncan.
Jesus, you're an animal tonight. The hell? You're a
Throw them in
monster,
water
sir.
and see how they do at water polo.
I'm sure they'd be fine. Upper body strength. I mean,
water polo is predominantly based on your legs, not arms.
that's true too. I don't know. How that
Dennis
works,
says there's a 30-second delay in the messages posting. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know why, because it's not like we have the ability, like a dump button, just in case somebody cusses or something like that.
Beep. We just don't.
Yeah, I don't, and I don't know if it's because we, for those that don't know, we utilize Restream to push out to multiple platforms at once. And so I kind of wonder, like, if we just did straight broadcasting directly through like YouTube, if that would be more in sync, if you will. But so needless to say, we're rocking the gear because this last weekend we were in Vegas for WrestleMania. I got into town Thursday morning.
Early Thursday morning.
I don't even remember. What time did I end up getting there?
It was like 4 something.
Yeah, it was like 4 a.m. Yeah, because I ended up staying up to say good morning to my kid. But I drove down Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and then caught a little nap, and then we went out, did some stuff, and did we do anything else Thursday? Really, I don't even.
Oh, I mean, we
just
Costco,
bought some stuff.
Yeah, we ate. We went to Twisted Sourdough Company, and then we went to the Claw place. Or did we go to the Claw place then the Joint, or did we go to the Joint the Claw?
I don't remember the order, but
anyways, yeah. So we went to this little Claw place. That's what it is. I've never seen a place that had that many claw machines in my life.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was cool. And then we went to Costco, grabbed some stuff, and then we were just chilling the rest of the night. Did the show on Thursday.
Yep. And then Friday was SmackDown, Friday night.
SmackDown.
Saturday was NXT TakeOver in the morning.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, it was. That was probably, like, if you think of all the different things we saw from purely like a wrestling perspective, that was probably the best single show.
Yeah, I mean, like it started off kind of weak, but that was pre-show, so it didn't really matter. And then, like, when the show actually started, I mean, you started off with the North American Championship match, and then just ratcheted it up from there. And even I was watching NXT this past week, and Oba Femi, the NXT champion, he said he even gave Javon Edwards. He said, I called him a kid, and I underestimated him almost to my detriment. So good job, because like if you saw TakeOver, like Javon Edwards like put on a show.
Yeah. And then we had WrestleMania Night 1 Saturday night with the main event with the big turn for Paul Heyman, the Walrus, turning on
Roman
CM Punk
and CM
Tribal
Punk.
Chief.
I was like, it's garbage.
You just think it's garbage because you don't like Seth Rollins, but
yeah, I can't stand Seth Rollins.
I saw it coming a mile away. Especially when Seth cut the promo, you owe me a favor now. Like, that made it very evident. Then we go into Sunday, WrestleMania Night 2. We got return of Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
We had Joe Hendry, TNA World Champion, going up against Randy Orton. Now, he got squashed. I mean, it was unfortunate because
he had a couple moves.
Yeah, but it was almost it's lightweight disrespectful because he is another organization's main champion, and for him to get squashed in about 4 minutes,
but it's Randy Orton, so
I know, and I hear you,
the
but
apex predator.
I am glad that Joe Hendry got his WrestleMania moment because I think it's well deserved. Um, I understand a lot of WWE talent's frustration because, uh, you know, why is this guy getting that spot instead of somebody from within WWE?
Well, that's because I mean he's been doing stuff on NXT for the past year, and he's been I mean he's been well received over there.
Oh, absolutely. He's an
So
extremely talented individual. I mean, I don't know if you watched Cena on Pat McAfee's show Monday morning, but Cena was even praising him, saying, this guy is going to be, one of the future stars, uh,
yeah,
which is hilarious because the guy has been grinding Joe Henry for years.
yeah, but that's a lot of these guys have been grinding for a long time, and they're just now starting to get because now that if they TNA, I mean he's probably and so he got into TNA, but now that TNA and NXT have kind of started working together, it's been a lot of these guys are getting guys and girls actually I should say have been getting a little bit more shine. You have NXT stars appearing on TNA, and you have TNA stars appearing on NXT, with some of them coming over. So, um, yeah, we've had like just in the past like month or so, we had Fandango. I don't know what his
Mhm.
name is on the other show. We had the
Hardys.
the Hardys, the former NXT champion Moose. Um, uh, Jordana Jordan Grace or whatever her name is. She left TNA and is now an NXT superstar. But she appeared what I think what 3 years ago? No, it's about
2
not
years
this past
ago at the Royal
not this
Rumble.
past WrestleMania, but or not this past Royal Rumble, but the Royal Rumble before she made her appearance, her first appearance, and
When she was the champion.
had a very good showing.
Yes.
For nobody really knowing. I mean, I didn't know who she was, but there were some people who watch all the shows and stuff who knew who she was. Um, but yeah, no, it's been NXT. NXT is like has been when I started watching it became one of my favorite shows to watch just because it seemed a little bit more entertaining than the regular show, but now that Triple H is kind of in charge, it's gotten way better.
Yeah. So then also, of course, the main event, Cena goes over, wins his 17th championship, is now
The
standing alone
last
at the top of the mountain.
the last real champion.
And I mean, the match was frankly underwhelming. I feel like night two had the potential to be a really great show, but the way that it ended was garbage.
Didn't really care. Cena got the championship. I was happy.
Okay. I mean, there's more to it. Like he could have still won, and it still could have been a good match and a good way to,
Yeah, I honestly think that I would have personally liked it that if even after he hit him with the championship, if he'd actually just done like an AA just to complete it, that would have been nice. But he hit like four already. like he had already hit like four in the match. So
Yeah, the concerning thing is, Cena is saying he's going to ruin wrestling. He's going to take this title and walk away. He only has 27 more appearances that he has to make,
yeah,
and those are appearances, not matches.
right.
Speaking of, we got that promo Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, he will end up. It'll be him and Randy Orton at Backlash for sure because it's in St. Louis. So
we'll see. We'll see. Could just be a promo. Might not be a match.
I don't know. Randy Orton ain't hitting RKO for no reason. No, actually, he might. He is the Viper after all.
Yes, and he hits RKOs out of nowhere for no reason.
Yeah.
So then we also on Monday night we had Becky Lynch heel turn.
So random. Why win the championships if you just kind of get them? You're gonna lose them in
Because
24.
it's a feel good moment on the night where Cena's going to win, and it's going to be not a feel good moment.
I don't know. It was like I could have done without it.
I agree. I think it was bad form. I don't think you take the belts off someone to just put it back on them the next night. But
Yeah, that was just stupid, my opinion.
So Becky
Somehow Dominic Mysterio's going over now. What?
I mean, the guy is amazingly talented. You hate the character, which is what they want you to do. But you got to remember that the WrestleMania crowd is the smartest wrestling fans in the industry. You're not one of them.
No,
you are a mark.
They're not the smartest fans.
No, they are. You are a mark, and that's okay.
No, you're a mark.
No, I am Mark. You are James. A mark. So we also had Rusev reemerge.
Yes.
We what else did we have?
Apparently him and Lana are back together now.
I have not heard that.
Yeah, apparently like that's what I was talking to the troll about it, and he was saying, yeah, they got back together, and I was like, oh.
I mean, whatever. The troll told me like a week ago that Brock Lesnar signed with AEW.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind that at all because I don't watch AEW, so I'd be okay with that.
I'm just saying, you got to take what he says with a grain of salt.
No, and then like my brother looked it up too. So
yeah,
on
we're going to talk about your brother in a couple minutes here. So then we what else do we have? To close out the show, we had Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman promo, which was pretty good. To which CM Punk came out. And the OTC came out.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we got the reveal of the new Heyman guy.
Irritating. Super irritating. Because Braun Breaker didn't need it.
It's not a matter of whether he needs it. It's what's good for business.
I don't think it's good for business.
Why? How is it bad for business?
Because Braun Breaker was already like badass, and I don't think he needed to join Seth Rollins to advance.
I don't disagree with you, but I think by joining Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, it's only going to bolster him and make him more main event more quickly. He would have gotten there eventually without it. I agree, but
we'll see, because like a lot of times this is what ends up happening to some of these guys. I mean,
at
like
Backlash, we're going to see a tag team match: Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker versus CM Punk and Roman Reigns, guaranteed. And that will probably be the main event, right?
Yeah, possibly. I could see that being the main event.
I don't think Cena's going to.
That's not going to. No, that's what I'm saying. I think he will defend the belt against Randy Orton. Like that's.
Yeah, at some point it won't be a Backlash.
No, I'm saying that's. I mean, yes, it does say he's going to make an appearance there, but I think with the RKO, he's going to have to respond, and I mean, or either that or he'll show up and he'll be like Randy Orton will challenge him, and he'll like be like no, and then whatever. Might extend that out, but.
I haven't heard anything about what's going on Friday night. I assume we're going to get something from Cody.
Yeah, because he hasn't.
And theoretically,
there's no response from him at all.
That's the show that John would be on.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't heard anything about him either. And considering he only has 27 appearances left, I'm sure they don't want to burn those too quickly. So my gut is we won't see him.
I mean, that's just weird. I think through the end of the year, yeah. I mean, I think he should at least like just. He doesn't even have to. Does that count as an appearance if he's just like, hi?
Technically. Speaking of, they just released a John Cena heel track of his song, except there's no lyrics. It is just this weird music that kind of feels almost like the Final Boss's music, but with John Cena's. And it's super annoying. It's super repetitive. And I really hope they don't use it but I could see them using it just to piss off the fans because it's that bad.
Yeah, I did hear that.
So while I was down there, you so graciously allowed me to sleep on an Aero mattress. Thank you. Did wonders on my back. That was great. And
you had one. We could have brought that in too. That's not,
I mean, it's still an Aero mattress, right?
Yeah.
But to make matters even better, your brother.
Let's not. No, we don't need to talk about my brother.
He's not watching.
We don't need to talk about him though.
I'm just saying. He's listening. He's sleeping.
Yeah.
TV, ridiculously loud.
Yeah.
Like, it is unnecessary.
Yeah,
I can understand the concept of I need to fall asleep to music or I need to fall asleep to something on. I get that because I do too. Like, I fall asleep with like an episode of South Park playing or something, right? But I don't need to have it up so loud that you can hear it from down the street.
Well, we also, the walls are kind of thin too. So
all the more when you have guests visiting.
Yeah.
And I get that I wasn't his guest, but I imagine
even still, like when he's had
your lady friend over.
When he's had friends over, and it's still on, and they are all knocked out.
But again, that's fine if that's how he wants to be with his friends. But I mean, try to be conscientious of other people. Just saying. And also, I will never ride in a car with your brother driving ever again. I don't understand why a person needs to sit driving with their phone in their hand the entire time, even when it's just navigation and you could just set it up. Like, I don't understand why you have to have your phone in your hand while you're driving.
No, I don't know. It's just him. Because he put it up. He did have it up in the thing, but he forgot
for a minute, and then he grabbed it and was driving.
Forgot his cord. It's that connects to the car or whatever. I don't know, something smart, something.
I'm just saying, I finally just had to like start looking at my phone and playing on it and like praying because it was disconcerting. And of course, you were supposed to be navigator at one point, riding shotgun. That's part of the rules of of doing that. And instead, you decided to play some game on your phone and delayed us getting to the arena.
Well, that's the thing is that he told me he knew where he was going, so I was like, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. Thought he knew where we were going, so that's why I didn't even say anything.
Then why did you have the directions up?
I had them up and then I took them off. I didn't even have it on. I had it on my phone. Mm-hmm. I had it on there just as, and then I was like, he said he knew where he was going. So I was like, all right, cool. Then it was in the background. It wasn't actually on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we passed the exit we're supposed to, and we're about 1.5 miles down the road. And James was like, hey, you're supposed to turn back there. Great. Thanks a lot.
Well, whatever.
So all of this to say, while I enjoyed spending time with you, I don't think I have any interest in coming down and staying there that long again in those conditions. If it was just the Aero mattress, okay. If it was just your brother, crazy loud TV all night, even while he's sleeping. But I think the combination of all things was just like, I'm too old for this, I think. I can't live that life no more. But I did get to meet your friend, your lady friend.
Yeah.
I think she's too good for you, but that's not surprising.
Well, yeah.
As I told you, right before I left, don't ruin that.
Yeah.
because it's not often that I like people first time I meet them, and I think she's a pretty cool cat. So
Pretty cool cat.
all right, 1 or 2.
2.
All right.
You got more? Would you just buy a case of that stuff?
Nah.
Oh.
Mandarin orange soju, sensibly choice Hanjan, charcoal filtered and refreshing. Charcoal filter for refreshing and clean taste. Apple wine with natural flavors. Product of South Korea.
Apple wine.
That's
really weird. Apple wine.
That smells off. And as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we are live and interactive. If you want to talk about WrestleMania, if you want to talk about anything wrestling, we are happy to chat about that. If you saw something else cool this last week, we're happy to talk about that too. We definitely talk about some Star Wars stuff because Celebration was happening.
Yeah.
And we got some pretty cool announcements.
Sure.
Title cards for like Mando and Grogu, plus the announcement that Sigourney Weaver is going to be in the film.
Oh, nice. Starfighter,
yes. Starring Ken from Barbie.
Yo. Speaking of Ken,
so up for you. Go ahead.
So Friday night, we were at SmackDown, and because we had the troll with us, he had his dog, so we had to get special the handicap seating. And I think, what was her name? Elizabeth?
Don't remember.
Yeah. But she was one of the ones working at the arena that night, so she hooked us up. So we appreciate her a lot. Anyway, they in the corner they had some arcade games. They had Street Fighter 2, I think it was Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man, something like that. And then they had NFL Blitz / NBA Showtime, or yeah. So we're sitting there. We had played some Street Fighter, and then we were moving over to Blitz, and this little girl and her dad, they jumped on the Street Fighter, and I can't remember. She said, "Who am I?" He said, "You're." She's like, I think she said something like, "Oh, am I Ken?" And he goes, "Yeah, you're Ken." She's like, "Oh, yay, Barbie's boyfriend."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yo!" And he said, "You'll never forget that." I said, "You 100% correct, sir." That was the best line I've. Oh, yay, Barbie's boyfriend.
And speaking of the troll, we got him checking in saying, "I'm a troll." Maybe you're not a troll anymore. Maybe now you're a bus driver who slips in his own pee.
Yikes.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The guy who has been criticizing Tyrus up, down, left, right, and center for the last number of months since Tyrus slipped in pee and hurt himself at work. Well, the troll did it to himself the other night.
Yeah, I even told him. I was like, "Yo, that's that karma, bro."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Karma. Now he'll tell you that he slipped on water getting out of the shower, which. Okay.
He didn't say he slipped on water. He said he lost his footing. So.
Oh, see, he told me a different story.
Oh, he did say that, he did have he had a stroke or something a number of years ago.
He said, "I don't fall in my coworker's piss."
Yeah, you fall in your own piss. That's crazy.
Either
way.
Yeah.
Either way.
The point is, you both slipped, fell, hurt yourselves.
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
Yeah. One was you were at home. He was at work, but still.
Yes. And so, unfortunately, Jeff, who was supposed to attend NXT TakeOver with us, was unable to.
Yeah. Buster.
So, hope you're feeling better. But, yeah, maybe don't be such a troll to people. That karma will get you. I see you're drinking some Pellegrino. Where'd you get that?
You.
Yeah, well, you filthy animal.
Yeah.
Dang. Dang.
Damn. Come on, bro.
Dang.
Disrespectful.
I don't even know if Tyrus is around to like
Defend
say
himself
anything.
on that one.
Anyways,
We need
so
to get both. I think we need to have both of them on the show, and they can. I think we need to air this out.
I would love to do like a back and forth diss track or like a roast of each other, like bring them both on. You have 30 seconds. All right, for rebuttal.
Rebuttals.
I think that could be hilarious.
Guilty of being hilarious.
But you know, Tyrus probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because he's a hater.
So I hear that at the roast of WrestleMania Sunday night, Paul Heyman was amazing, so much so to the point that evidently Fluffy literally wanted to fight Paul Heyman. Not figuratively, not like a work. It was a shoot. Fluffy was pissed.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, dang, that's crazy. Because I heard Fluffy also had a moment at the roast too.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope some point they filmed it and will release at some point.
Highly redacted.
No, do it straight up.
Well, they didn't. I don't think they recorded it, honestly.
And Jeff says, "Hey Tyrus, when you're done, I need a ride. Bring the private bus. Is that like the short bus?"
No, well, no, it's a different. It is a short bus technically, but it's got like it's more for those with disabilities. Like it's a smaller bus, and you call and make an appointment. Basically, they come get you. And they have it's a lot of times I see a lot more people in wheelchairs because they have the ramps and stuff on for the wheelchairs. Got a little bit extra room in there.
We've got Lamont Cranston checking in, also known as David Lloyd Hyatt Richard Reese, the third junior, the first Esquire.
Yeah.
Our albino Negro brother.
Yeah.
What was your albino Negro name?
I don't think I have one. I think
mine was Malik.
Yeah, I think it was just James, because I was already the Negro albino.
Yeah, it's not a very albino Negro name.
No, it wasn't. It didn't have to be. I came up with the whole damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Me and David came up with the whole damn thing. So it was.
Anyways, I haven't seen David since West Side Story 2015.
Yeah. Tyrone Washington.
That is on par.
Yeah.
Washington, Jefferson.
Tyrone. Rome.
His middle name is Debtau. I'm not even sure what that means.
I don't know.
You know, I still remember, I don't know if you remember, but I had David on my television show I used to have back in the day, Video Newark. And this was when we were doing backyard wrestling. And him and Sean, they were a tag team that were basically a couple hillbillies.
BYW.
And I had them on in character, and we did almost a full episode where like we just interviewed them and them talking smack, and it was a lot of fun. That was one of my favorite like memories from that show. I don't even know if David remembers that. He's probably burned too many brain cells. David, where you been? What you been up to? I need the deets. Where's your album? Waiting for the music to drop. So got back home Tuesday morning and slept for a few hours and then back to work today.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I've talked about it here before that, you know, I recently changed jobs. You seem to have forgotten. But I changed jobs last week. And before I went on vacation, every day, you know, those first 3 days before I went on vacation, I was getting calls, emails, messages, something from my old office with questions. And
We need your help.
and then I went on vacation. I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't hear anything while I was away, which was nice.
Wait, somebody said you had turned some. Oh no, that was your wife. Never mind. That was your wife.
But
You had to turn the alarm on or off or whatever.
But I got back Tuesday, and of course Tuesday night I get a call and have to have a long conversation because again, no one at the old office knows what the hell they're doing. And it's very disconcerting. Again, today I got multiple messages and emails from people at that office with questions, and I'm just like, at some point, I think I'm just gonna have to cut it off because if I just keep helping, they're never gonna realize what I truly was doing. And I'm not sure what "forgotten" or "don't care" means. And David says he does remember that interview. Too much to type. You guys should have me on as a guest, and I can share my story. I would have you on. You've got to shoot one of us a message with your email, and I'll get you set up, and we'll get something scheduled. Because I'd love to have you on. Haven't caught up in a while. And you definitely always have an interesting story to tell. And what is so important on your phone right now, James?
Oh, I was just looking at some stuff. I was like, they got some new Superman toys came out.
Are you talking about what I posted on the page?
Yeah, I was just looking back through it again.
Mm-hmm.
The Star Wars Celebration stuff that was announced.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh yeah, that looks awesome.
So we've got KaboomCon coming up in just a mere 5 months, less than.
Oh yeah. He's gonna get random emails from people now.
Yeah. Now the millions are going to start emailing Lamont Cranston. But, sorry, I just got a message over there on the other screen. So we've got KaboomCon coming up in just a mere less than 5 months. And for those of you that don't know what KaboomCon is, first of all, you can get your tickets right up there. Scan that QR code, take you over to Eventbrite. Do not delay. This is
somewhere over there. Yeah.
This is a convention celebrating the 7 pillars of pop culture entertainment: television, movies, comics, novels, games, events. We've got dozens and dozens, scores of vendors and artists and creative types. The event is going to be massive. We did it last year. It was a 1-day event. It was our first time ever doing this thing, right? And we had 70-ish vendors, artists, celebrities, and over 1,000 people on site for this event. It was amazing. So we're going to 3 days. Friday we're doing load in for the vendors, and Friday night we're doing a movie screening. Ghostbusters 2 with a special performance by JD Charisma. Then Saturday we've got Con Day 1. That night we've got the Ghost and Ghouls Masquerade Ball with
opening up with JD Charisma.
A full performance. His entire album, Lights, Camera, Action, he will be performing on. And then we'll open up the dance floor.
Fast Times Dance Party.
Who?
Fast Times.
You can go to their YouTube page and watch the whole video if you want.
Yeah.
But we've got Fast Times Dance Party. They'll be rocking. So we'll be rocking into the evening, Saturday night, and then Sunday, Con Day 2.
Yep. A little later start time.
What else do we got going on? We've
A
got
little earlier
4
out time.
cosplay contests. 4 separate cosplay contests. First one, at the movie screening, Ghostbuster themed. More points, the more creative you get. More points if it's specifically Ghostbusters 2. Then we've got Con Day 1 and 2, separate, cosplay contests. And then, of course, the Ghosts and Ghouls Masquerade Ball, specifically themed towards Ghosts and Ghouls Masquerade Ball.
4.
So 4 separate cosplay contests.
4.
We've got 2 days of massive raffles.
2 days.
We've shown a number of the prizes that we'll be giving away.
A plethora, if you will.
I mean, just right here, you can't really see, but I've got like a massive stack. And then down here, I've got some new ones to show off, but I think I'm going to sit on those till next week. And David asks if you got the response to your Wolverine claw question.
No, I didn't see.
So David, if I remember correctly, said Wolverine's claws are slightly shorter than the length of his forearms.
Yeah, I say that. Yeah.
And that makes sense. That is a very logical response.
Yeah.
Because, I'm trying to think like where do they go? They must go up into his forearm, right? So
Well, because he already had the bone spikes, and then when he got the anianum, whatever you call it, fused to his skeleton, it came out. So that was attached to the bones that the spikes that he already had. So
I'm not sure if Daryl's announcing something here or
he said 12 inches. Okay.
good on you, man.
Ooh-ah.
Got Daryl checking in. Good guy. So yeah, we're gonna have 2 raffles, which are gonna be huge. There will be different prizes each day. So the whole point is we want you to come back.
Come back. You got to come both days. You got to see what we got on deck.
Yeah, because we've got different stuff. We're gonna have different panels going on Saturday than are on Sunday.
You want to come see those?
Yeah. We're gonna keep it loose, mix it up.
And now we have more time, so we don't have to have things right on top of each other.
Absolutely. We've got 2 days to kind of spread it out. We still have the 2 different rooms for panels, the smaller room, which seats about 75 people. And then we've got the theater, 500-ish seats.
Yeah. We'll have the game room.
Really quickly, just calling out on the fly. Roll. We've got Alex DeLuca. For Red 5 Comics. He'll be joining us, special guest in the house. And Jeff is evidently well aware of Daryl's 12 inches soft. Brent Anderson, the legendary Brent Anderson, well known for his work on Kazar, X-Men, and so much more.
Mr. Anderson.
Guy is amazing. Daryl says, the claws of Wolverine. I'll keep working on the 12 inches.
Good for you, buddy.
Chris Moranin. Well known for his work on many, many things, but Nova, Wonder Woman. The guy is immensely talented. And what you're seeing, just to be clear, as we're showing off these people, the artwork that is behind them is their artwork. So yes. It's not like I just grabbed random images to put. Like, this is their work.
Be humble.
Don Aguio. This man, I am so excited. Waited over a year to get him.
I kind of want that Earthworm Jim. I'm not gonna lie.
He is immensely well known for his work on the DC Pride series that releases annually. Spawn, King Spawn over at Image Comics. The guy is immensely talented. JD Charisma, who we already referenced, he'll be performing Friday night, Saturday night. He'll be having a panel presentation.
And yes, that is his real name.
He'll be at the IC Sound Comics booth.
That is his real name.
It is indeed.
And he's talented kid. Actually, he's not even a kid now. He's a grown man now.
Kenny Aitken be in the house.
Aitken.
Fantastic artist. Indie scene, Moonfire Lab. If you haven't heard of him, you need to, because his stuff is really good. Salem T. Lynn, author. Something So Lovely, Something So Vicious will be in the house.
Nice.
And Stephen Yu. Who, good friend of the show, helps us out.
Last year.
He's a great guy. We will likely have more to announce in the near future. Jeff is working on some things for us, as well as Jimmy from over at Pop Culture Kaboom.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll have some more huge announcements in the near future. Just got a message from David. Thank you. I will hit you up, sir.
We had a good meeting last night.
We did. We can't pull back the curtain too much on that, but
it was a good meeting last night, though.
We met with an author last night about a potential adaptation of one of their pieces to an audio drama. So
yeah, that was a good meeting.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that for now.
Oh, that's all I just wanted to bring that up because I was like, we did do that. That was good.
Yeah, you. At first, you seemed a little poo-poo on it when I first brought up the idea of like.
Well, I didn't quite understand. I was like, because it was you were giving me light information, which was okay, but I mean, because we were going to meet him, but I think it's one of those things is that once I really heard about it, once I got a little bit more knowledge about it, I was like, okay. I mean, I was already liking the idea from what I heard, but like it wasn't until but it was when I heard what him actually tell, really kind of explaining the story a little bit, not too much detail, but just kind of giving us kind of a breakdown of what was going to be going on in the series and in the book and possible series. I was like, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Well, and that's where, it's one of those things where we're so early in the process where it's like I messaged you as we were on the call, right? And I said, stay high level because we don't need to get into the nitty gritty. This is early conceptual conversations. And I guess the short thing is I don't like getting in deep early just because if it doesn't
falls through
anywhere, then I don't want to waste time.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
Because you never know, right? Like we could have had that conversation and in the end he could have been like, hey, you know what? This doesn't sound like it's for me.
Right. And
so
I would have been like, all right, cool.
Yeah. And I'm glad that wasn't the case. And I look forward, I don't know if you saw, but I did send the follow-up email today. And so I'm excited to see where that goes and hopefully it'll go down a positive path.
Yeah, I hope so because I think it's a good story.
But yeah, KaboomCon, 149 days.
Kaboom!
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be here soon announcing hotels that are working with us to offer discounted rates to y'all.
Hooray!
Because we want you to come for the whole thing. Giggity. Not just
the whole damn thing.
Yes, don't just come to the con day one. Like
you don't want a piece of this. Trust me, you don't want a piece. You want the whole cake.
Show up Friday, movie screening, Saturday con and dance, Sunday con, head home. It's going to be a fantastic time.
Or you can stick around till Monday and fly home with me if you want to. I don't know. We can go to the airport. We can kick it at the airport.
I would highly suggest that you reconsider flying back Monday, but I think you should fly back Tuesday.
Oh, I'm coming. Yeah, well, no, I already have. I'm gonna go. Well, just flying back late Monday, just because I know we want to do postmortem.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking you should probably contemplate, because we might go late Tuesday because the con doesn't end till 5. By the time people load out, it's 7-8 p.m.
Actually, when? Hold on. What did I put that? Am I leaving Tuesday?
Of course, Jeff says maybe we'll get some big chicken. Yes, we will get some big chicken.
Yes, that's kind of a given.
We're working to see if we can get Shaq to come out and cater. But Kaboom is going to be amazing. I'm so excited for, especially comparing what we did last year with very little resources, compared to this year where we've got much more. Still not like we're Comic-Con, right? But we're growing quickly, and if this thing goes well again, who knows? Sky's the limit. And that's something else we did while we were down there.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
We checked out some facilities for a potential con in the future to hold down your way.
Yeah.
And one of the spots that we checked out, the M Resort and Casino, really close to your hood,
across the street,
kitty corner. And what is so important on your phone, man?
I was looking at the Tuesday fairs just to see what was going on.
Oh, aren't Tuesdays usually cheaper anyway?
They are. Actually, it'll save me a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to see which ones are. I don't know. I guess I can leave a little bit earlier, huh? Oh, I mean, are you taking that day off or?
I believe I am. I'd have to double check, but I mean, either way, I can, start later or whatever, flex sometime if I need to.
Well, no, because I was just saying, because I mean, like I don't need to leave early. I can leave, like they have a 10:40, they have a 10:40, an 11:40, and a 2 p.m. that are, so I was just trying to figure out.
No, I mean, no matter what, we'll make it work. So don't stress over that. But I would definitely say make it Tuesday.
All right, then I'll just do the 10:40. All right, cool.
So what else you got going on? Anything fun and or exciting?
No, not really, man. I think I got 5401 credit. Cool. No, I just no, I don't really have anything else going on.
Something left out from our time together down there. We of course went to my favorite steakhouse in Vegas, Gallagher's. Had a really good meal, and James stiffed me.
I'm sorry.
He didn't have any money all of a sudden.
Well, I did, but I didn't have enough for tips, so that's where I felt bad.
On my birthday, nonetheless.
It was the day before your birthday.
It was my birthday. Come on.
It was the day before, but whatever.
Close enough.
This is a few hours away.
I mean, it was because I think we left there at 9:30.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, like the thing, but I will say the one thing that kind of irritated me was that we had made a reservation for 9:30 just in case SmackDown ran long or whatever. We get over there early, we check in, then she was like, "Oh yeah, 10-15 minutes," and then we waited, I think, another good 30.
Oh, she didn't say 10-15 minutes. She said it'll probably be about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Which to me means it could be faster.
Yeah, I was given the benefit of the doubt, but it definitely was not 10-15 minutes because
no, it was about 35 minutes.
I don't know. I mean, because I know sometimes when you're waiting, time seems to like slow down. So I don't know. I mean, but it felt like it was a lot longer than that. Because I mean, we basically got in at 9. I think we got over there. Like, I think we got over there
it
before
was about
like
8:50 when we got up to the booth.
yeah, and then it was like it might as well been close to our time to go to
Yeah,
our
they could
regular
have just
reservation
said,
time.
and that's where I was frustrated because all you had to tell me was, "Hey, no, we'll get you at your time," and I would have been fine with that. We could have
Yeah, we could have walked around.
done
Yeah,
whatever.
we were
But when
sitting
you
there
tell me,
waiting.
yeah, you tell me it's going to be 10 minutes at most, I'm going to stand there and wait because it could be faster.
Right. And then it turned out to be like pretty much the same damn time.
Yeah, I think they got us in like about 8 minutes early.
But I will say, well, we weren't going to do dessert, but we ended up doing dessert because he said carrot cake. And that was pretty good carrot cake. With these like candy walnuts on it, bro. I don't know.
Well, and I had cheesecake creme brulee.
Oh, yeah. With some, he put strawberries on the side.
Yeah, where they basically take a cheesecake and like fire roast the sugar around it, and it's got like a crunchy. Oh man, that was amazing. You know, I'm never disappointed with the service, the experience, and the food.
The guy was great. Our server was awesome. He was good. He was a good server.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this was the first time I had a steak that wasn't perfect. It was good, but there was a part of it on one side where
too charred.
It was a little too charred. It was a little crispy, which was not amazing, but it was literally 5-7% of the entire steak.
Yeah, and he was like, he was super apologetic for that, and he was like, "Yo, I can get you a new one." Blah blah. And Mark's not one of those people that will send stuff back. Unless
I mean, if it was
burnt, yeah, but it was only a little piece, and so he wasn't tripping, and so
And I wouldn't have even said anything, but he came up and said, "Be brutally honest. Tell me how it is." And I was like, "Okay, well." But I said, "I don't need anything. I don't want anything." But you asked, and he did end up taking, I don't know, $20 off the bill or whatever.
Yeah, which was, he didn't have to do that, and so we appreciate it. We appreciate that.
Covered the cost of my dessert.
And I mean, so like, it's it was good.
But I can't speak highly enough about Gallagher Steakhouse. If you're in Vegas, make the time, go over to the New York, go to Gallagher's. It will be well worth it. It is not cheap. I'm not gonna pretend. It is an expensive meal, but you're going to get your money's worth. The service is amazing. The food is
delicioso.
As you know, I'm a value person, right? Yeah. I will spend money if it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
I would rather, I very firmly believe you get what you pay for. I would rather spend more money for something amazing than, pay cheap to eat it at a cheap steakhouse because it's not going to be anywhere as good. And the tip that James forgot to account for.
Yep.
That's okay. I'll be waiting on the Zelle or Venmo for that and the shirts.
I forgot to and I still have your wife's thing down here. I forgot to put it in your car when you left.
Yeah, you shouldn't say anything because I think she forgot, and she's probably watching right now. So I'm sure
if she is. No, I'm just saying. Like I'll bring it down. I'll bring it down for KaboomCon. I'll just have to figure out how to fit it in my suitcase, and I'll get it down there.
And that does remind me. So a few months ago, Billy Joel performed in Las Vegas, and we had talked about going. And you told me, no, I don't think I got the money. I don't, it's not going to happen. I said, okay, that's cool. And so moved on. And you ended up going.
Yeah. Well, because she was my girlfriend at the time. We were still just dating. She had tickets, and I didn't know about that until like a few days later. Or like.
But you knew about it a few weeks
beforehand.
And you didn't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I honestly kind of forgot until like I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get that off.
And so he got me a shirt. So thank you for the shirt for the concert that I didn't get to go to.
Yeah, I was thinking about you. Felt bad.
That's the reality. It's not that you were thinking about me. It's that you felt bad because
No, I was thinking about, I felt bad, and I was thinking about you, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get him this shirt. I was trying to. There was a couple different shirts, and I was like, which one? And so the one that I got you was the one I kind of decided on. So I was like, I think this is a good one. Plus, it has like, it had the tour dates on it and stuff like that. So.
yes, that I didn't get to go to. Yes, thank you.
Well,
It's like
but then when I told you about the show, you were like, kind of maybe I wouldn't have liked it as much because the one that I saw was amazing and blah blah blah. So yeah,
no, and that's absolutely true, right? Like the time that I saw Billy most recently was one of the, if not the best concert I've ever been to. It's certainly in the top 2 or 3, and he's only gotten older. He can't do Angry Young Man anymore. I'm sure he's not anywhere near as rocking as when I saw him. And it doesn't sound like he went on for about 2.5 hours, which is what I got. And when I got to see him, it was just him. There was no opening act or anything. He went on for 2.5 hours.
I mean, the show was pretty long, even with Sting. So he had Sting there.
Did he go for like 2+ hours?
I feel like he did.
Huh.
I feel like he did. I feel like, he did like set, and then he did encore, which was another like
3 songs. I remember
it was it was a number of songs after that. I got the song list in this box over here, but
I remember looking at the set list afterwards, and I was like, good set list.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because him and like Dave Matthews Band, I really like when they post their set lists that they perform at different concerts, because they have the repertoire to put on a show and potentially have 100% unique songs from the night before, right? Like Billy can do 20 songs, and
the thing was is that he just off the cuff just did a song like he did some, I can't remember, something about Las Vegas song that he has, and he just did that off. He was like, hey, you guys remember that, right? It's I know it's been a while, but let's do it. And he did most of the song, and I don't think they actually finished it, but
that was planned, right? Like that's a play. That's not.
Oh, I don't know. It was whatever. I was like, cool, whatever, man. I ain't tripping.
No, I'm just saying, like, in all reality, he knew he was going to do that. It's not like they just pulled it out of nowhere. But
the way
the audience, it feels like,
the way he did it, it did not seem planned. That's what I'm saying. Like, from an audience standpoint, it did not seem planned.
That's called showmanship.
Yeah, and the thing was, is because he started going in one way, and then he was like, you know what, hold on, wait, let's go back. And so he kind of like did a U-turn real quick, and then it was like hit that, and then went forward. So yeah, and if it was showmanship, cool on him, because it felt very natural. It didn't feel like it was forced or anything. It just felt very natural. And his band, I mean, the band, if you one of my favorite things is when it's on the air is the Billy Joel channel on Sirius XM. And I mean, I've heard the same shows over and over again, but I still enjoy listening to them. Actually, I'll accept like this question and answer thing you did in Miami back in like 2019. I'll not listen to that again. But the round table that they do with the band is superb. Like, just hearing these guys, like, they genuinely love what they do. They talk about going on the road. They talk about when they started doing the residency at Madison Square Garden, how it was nice for a lot of them because they were able to go home and sleep in their own beds and whatnot. So it's a very entertaining channel to listen to when it comes on.
Preach.
Yeah. So,
Well, if you haven't already, scan that QR code, get your KaboomCon tickets, get the Dynamite Pass. That's going to get you in to every event.
kaboom!
That's the
old logo, but still, that's the only one I got. So,
you know, skin, you could just turn the camera 15, 20 degrees and you'd be able to capture the whole thing. Yeah, see? Look at that. What do you know?
kaboom!
That's called framing.
Yeah, no, really.
But get the Dynamite Pass. It's $60, and that's going to get you into everything. Because I can tell you right now, if you buy everything piecemeal,
it's going to cost you a lot more.
And it's going to get you a exclusive badge for the event.
Exclusive.
Expedited entrance into all events.
Expedited.
And there will be other things that we're just not announcing yet.
Special surprises.
And it is limited to 200.
Limited.
I can't stress enough. Go get it. Don't wait. They're moving quickly.
They rolling.
I will say this. If they continue to move at the rate that they are moving, we will likely be selling out within the next, I would say, 3 to 4 weeks. So So don't wait. Get your KaboomCon Dynamite Pass today. Yeah. And James referenced this earlier really quickly. Superman and Crypto. That just looks creepy.
He's got eyeshadow on. Is this the one with the different heads? I wonder if they have the different heads.
Well, yeah, because this one doesn't have the red eyes.
The old was it the Seth MacFarlane? The McFarlane toys had the heads that you can replace.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, they had the different heads, different hands that were interchangeable.
Yeah, and I believe that will be the case here. Hey, one last thing before we go. Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah.
I finished the main story today.
Cool. Very good.
You need to hurry up and get there because
it'll be a while.
I know, but and evidently Jeff is working on a special guest. Hi, Carter.
You mean Hugh? You know what, dude? I don't want him there. Because no, listen.
Brutality.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. Yes, he is bearable in small amounts for an entire weekend. I would murder him.
Well, and I'm not sure what would constitute him being a special guest, but
yeah.
I don't even want him to come to be a volunteer.
God, no.
He said he wants to drive James. I don't know.
Crazy.
What does that mean? Is he in Vegas? Is he gonna pick you up?
I rode with him when I went back to see my dad, and he was like, "Oh, I want to, we'll go grab some food." And I was like, "All right, cool." And he was like, "I'll drive." And I was like, "Okay."
They let you drive?
Huh?
That's what I would have said they let you drive?
Yeah, and I will never ride with him again. Ever.
And we got Jimmy from Pop Culture Boom checking in. Hey.
What's happening?
What's up? So, unfortunately, Jimmy, you got here right at the tail end as we're shutting this thing down.
Oh, so we're going to save Star Wars for next week?
Yeah. I mean, I assume you're talking about Andor.
Well, no, I'm just talking about stuff that was announced, some of the other stuff that was announced for at Star Wars Celebration. Like
Star Wars Zero Company?
Yeah, or Star Wars. What was the other? Oh, some of the new. We're gonna get new locations on Smuggler's Run.
Over at Millennium Falcon. Yep.
Yeah, so that was exciting to hear. Oh, just showing some. Yeah, that's where they had. It was cool kind of seeing the set, but man, I must say, watching it on TV was a little bit nicer because you got the announcers and everything. I did watch it raw afterwards, But yeah, just being able to see like where they set up and then like that crowd of people that was in there, man, that was insane.
Yeah, when we went to SummerSlam, there certainly was not 61 or 63,000 people in there, and I just I can't imagine trying to get out of there. How chaotic it must have been. I've seen some of the videos. Like, have you seen the video of the fat guy trying to get up the escalator?
Yeah, take the up escalator, not the down escalator, bro. Because
Yeah.
Oh,
Best viewers on streamboo.com.
I don't even know why you even bothered bringing those up.
Do you think Tyrus lets High drive the bus?
What? Stop. You need to learn how to type.
Like, read your text before you hit send. You know? Like,
Yeah, double proofread. I remember actually in the early days of voice to text, I learned I need to double check my text before I send it, because I sent a message and then I checked it a little bit later and I was like, oh God. And I had to make make sure I sent a text to make sure she understood that was an accident. And then I called her afterwards and was like, hey, yeah, about that text. My bad.
Jeff says, sorry, talk to text and he's blonde.
Yeah, well, that happens.
I don't believe he's blonde. I just saw him either. I think he meant blind, but
yeah, that could also be a problem.
So did you tell a woman that you loved her via?
No, it definitely wasn't. I love you.
Come on, you got to give us a story.
No, okay. So this was back when I was at FedEx in Sunnyvale, and there's a girl that I had met through a show. We had talked a little bit, and so we planned on going on a date later. I think it was like a Friday night or something like that. And so I was sending her a text message saying, because I was sending it real quick because I had to run back out to the floor, and I just spoke the text, didn't really look at it, just hit send and ran back out. When I came back, I think I can't remember. It was either lunch or break. I think I came back. I went back and I was just looking at the message and I was like, oh, like, yikes. So I don't know.
What was the message?
I don't remember, but basically the see you next Tuesday got in there somehow. I didn't say the word, so that's why I was trying to figure out how it got into the text message. I didn't even say anything near it, or at least that I thought. And so I was like, yo, my bad. I don't know. I just spoke the text message and blah blah. And when I saw her later that night, she was like, no, that's cool. Like, I was like, yo, I am so sorry about that. I don't even know, like, it was like the first time I'd ever used the talk to text function, and
that's it. It just you said see you next Tuesday. Like,
no, to take the letters. The first letter of each word.
Oh,
yeah. So that I don't, and like I said, I don't know how it got in. I did not say that word. I did not say anything. At least I may have said can't, but yeah, it somehow put that in there because like I said, I spoke it real quick, and I hit send, and I ran back out, and then like when I checked it, I was like, oh my God, and wow. So. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, honestly, I don't even remember the message now. But yeah, I just was like, I was mortified. And so like, but yeah, no, she was cool. She like, I sent the backup text, and yeah. Anyway, wait, why am I like? Oh, there we go. Yeah,
trying to let you be the focal point.
No, I mean that's it. That's the story, man. It was, and I had to but backtrack that one real quick because, like I
That's
said,
your
I don't
story,
even.
and you're sticking to it.
Well, no, like I said, I don't even. I did not say that in the text message, but somehow it heard it in it, and so, and like I said, that's that from that point on. I didn't use the talk to text for a while, but I also make sure when I do a talk to text, I make sure
Read it before
I
you push
read it
send.
before I send.
Yes. Well, and Jeff says he's too blonde to know.
Yeah. Well, you're
Clearly, you don't get the reference.
too blonde to know. No, I don't get that reference.
There was also a segment on Video Newark before I really got involved with the show.
Ah.
Two blonde girls.
Hmm.
Eventually, once I ran them off, I turned it into Too Fat to Show. Anyways, shut it down. Have a good evening.
Bye, everybody.
Say goodbye, James.
Goodbye, James.